Nielsen with Theropstead, and I wanted to give you guys a quick garden tour to see how everything's growing so far. Come on! First, here in this trellis, we actually put up a couple kinds of beans. On the inside, on both sides, we put some running beans, and I think they're going to be about 18 inches long, up to maybe 20 inches long, a bean pod. And those are really long, and we've also heard that they're really productive, which is something that we're going to kind of lean on. We're actually trying to get a lot of beans this year, because we know that they can be such a high producer and a high, I don't know, calorie count, high satisfaction. When you get a plate full of beans, it's a lot more than just most other vegetables. So you can also see around the beds, this bed has got some peppers, and I'm not sure exactly what kind. I think some orange bell peppers, maybe some hot peppers, the little plants. We have some dill on the front here. This side we have tomatoes, surrounded by some basil plants. A couple different types of tomatoes. This is our bush bean bed. Again, we're going for maximum production this year. See what we can get out of it. Over there is another tomato bed.
I'm hungry.
And then in the back here, we have sort of our, I don't know, leftovers bed, a zucchini bed, watermelon, and squash. And we put a couple potatoes here in this part.
Watermelon.
That's actually potatoes. And watermelon are down there.
Yeah.
That's right. And then we also put some carrots in here, which would be more of a later crop of carrots. He's gonna tear that apart. Over in these bags, we also have some more potatoes. And there's about 5 in each bag. And then we covered it with a layer of dirt and then just some grass on top to mulch. Also zucchini. And then watermelon along the back. And a bee. Bees. We got bees. Yeah, so this is our sweet potato bags. Similar situation, except for these are all from like 1 or 2 sweet potatoes that just kept sprouting on us, so we kept taking the sprouts out. And yeah, then we got our trees over here. 2 apples, 2 cherries, and 2 nectarines. Sadly, 1 apple broke, so it's looking kind of sad there on the end. But all the other trees are looking really good. He's Mr. Squirmy. And then back here, this is where the beesness happens. We just put our bees in last week, and in a couple days we're going to do a check on the bees just to make sure the hive's still alive. We know there's still bees around. I have had to replace the syrup once because they dried it out too fast, and well, faster than I was expecting. But yeah, so then we got a couple piles of yard waste, one in a little section here that we actually been asking some neighbors to drop their cut grass, which is really nice. Yeah, and this is kind of the side yard. This is really the new area this year for us, but already a lot is happening. So I think it's already going to be a good year. Let's check out the other spot.
So next I'm gonna walk you over to kind of like our strip areas. One, we have like our normal, every yard has their front flower hosta garden, which this year a lot of weeds were coming up, and we got this massive pile of mulch from some arborists that were working on the street, and so we just covered the weeds to make it look better. And then if some of you guys remember, we laid out some plastic in hopes to do a big pollinator garden. Our original thought is we were going to do our fruit trees if it was allowed, but then we got the gas line company to come and mark our line, and it was this entire strip. So I'll show you behind me. So this, I didn't have enough flowers to do all pollinator, and we wanted to try out corn again. So we made this whole entire strip corn. I'll go at the front of it so you can see the long section. So this is all corn. We decided to do a meal corn this year because we are planning to do like a month-long only eat from the garden, and meal corn was one of those like anyone can survive on this type of plant, so we would give it a try. Next, I'm gonna turn you towards this so I can point out things a little bit better. This is our pollinator garden that I'm super excited about. Also having a hard time planning it out because I'm not sure how big plants are gonna get. And also most of these plants will self-seed for next year, which is the hope for it to be something that is more self-sufficient, where it will just come back every year and I can like fill in with some annuals. So we're kind of at the starting of this and still trying to like landscape it out. So I'll stop talking. So this is the big long strip that's all going to be pollinator. We are edging it in and going to fill it up with some mulch so that all of our weeds from the grass won't creep over as easy. So it's a big gap right there that we're just going to fill in. I have some flowers planted all along here. I want this side to be the majority lavender. I absolutely love lavender, and one of Ben's cousins actually told us that lavender is a really good honey. Supposedly that's a thing, so I don't know if it will flavor our honey different. That would be really exciting if it does. And then next we have like our berry zone. We have a blackberry right behind me. I'll turn. So blackberry is here. We have our strawberry and asparagus area. We are starting to get strawberries, so that's super exciting. The kids love picking them. We have a thornless red raspberry right there, some mint next to it. We want to get more of these thornless ones to go all along here. We're also planning to spread this mulch just all over to cover up this grass because it's really not manageable right now. We have our beautiful swing with the tree, which is really picturesque, and then we have some blueberry plants back here. And if you guys didn't see our short, this carpet is 99% volunteer tomatoes of this delicious indeterminate tomato. It grows mad, and so we're trying to figure out, one, can we give away some of these plants, because this is like so much food that could feed like a family for a year, multiple families, like our whole neighborhood, with how many plants that are here. But we're trying to decide what to give away, what to just pull up. If it's like, this might just be one of the weeds that we face every year now because it's just growing crazy. So we're kind of figuring out what to do with that. Some neighbors and friends have offered to take some plants, so that's great. Also along here we have some more flowers. I have my lisianthum, some poppies, some cosmos, some irises that I just got, so they're not going to do anything this year, but hopefully next year. There's some more blueberries back there and flowers. I'll walk you in the back in a second, but there's some more things over there. And then this is our front garden bed. This was our first project. COVID times, we both got furloughed, and so we wanted to start a garden. We tried multiple places, and this is the place that worked out best. And so we did a flip sod. We also did a hugel culture in 2 of them. We laid some of this tree behind me that we topped off. We put some of that wood underneath, buried it in, and then we're using that. It took like 2 years for the soil to kind of acclimate. We got some leaf mulch last year, and I think the soil is pretty good. The first year was, the next year was so-so, and then this year has been the best year so far. So I'll show you what all we have here. It's kind of exciting. This was all of our early start stuff. So the majority of this is brassicas. We do have garlic here. So we got all types of kales and broccoli. We just had first broccoli today. We have Brussels and cauliflower, and then this is all onions. We also have on this archway some sweet peas that we're starting to get stuff, and then there's a rhubarb and some chives there. We also use these little cute stumps that had holes in them. Got some rosemary, some nasturtium, comfrey. So comfrey is right there. Next, I'll take you to our backyard where we have like a hodgepodge of things going on. One of my favorite things that I've done the past couple of years is this herb bed. This is the door we mainly come in and out of, and so it's right here where when I'm cooking I can just grab something, which is super nice. We also have this area, which is a bunch of other herbs, some of the pepper plants and things that we overwintered. We're bringing them out now. We have some more plants that we haven't got in the ground yet there. My beautiful garden tower, or green stalk. I love it so much. This has done so good with kale and spinach. Our spinach, just a couple hot days and it started to punk out, and so it's bolting, but that is okay with me. We got a lot from it. This beautiful kale. Really, we like kale a lot because it acts like both a like salad green and like a broccoli, and so we can either eat it raw or cooked. So it's really versatile. We cook it in our eggs all the time, and it just adds that extra nutrition and bulk to meals that we love. We also have this bed, which is carrots and garlic. Our table that has some hardy figs and some other flowers that are taking forever to grow. Back here, we got our failed attempt of a easy raised bed. We did a hugel in there as well, and we have no gutters, so all of the dirt washed out. And then drum roll, my greenhouse. It's not quite finished yet, but it's at a point where we can use it. All we need left is the siding. Ben's dad gave us some beautiful wood that we're going to do siding eventually, but of course it's at a point that we don't need to do anything right now, and so it probably won't happen till closer to the winter. Realistically, we have our chickadees, and then just show you inside the greenhouse real quick. Got a couple things, and we got some tomatoes. One is that non-determinate that we have over in the crazy corner, and then we believe these are some atomic grapes. So those went in. We decided to do a little raised bed in here. And so we're gonna try some greenhouse cucumbers in here that will be able on this high side, because this is about 8 feet tall, I think. And so the plan is to be able to put, see if you can see better. The plan is to be able to put some strings that we can train them up the strings and let them kind of, I don't know how long they're gonna get, but hopefully train them up and be able to harvest cucumbers in here. We haven't planted them yet, which we should have a couple weeks ago. So being in here, if the heat and moisture is okay, hopefully we can get cucumbers through October and November. I don't know if that's gonna happen. We haven't had really great luck with cucumbers. We've had a lot of the like cucumber beetles that then with our wet springs that we can get really introduced a lot of bacterial infections, and so that's kind of what we dealt with cucumbers. So I'll get Ben and see if he wants to talk about anything else, and then that's our quick May garden tour.
Hey, so I hope you enjoyed our garden tour for May of 2022, and we're excited to see you guys around more as stuff keeps growing and as we get to do different things. But I wanted to talk about something really exciting that we got to be a part of and are a part of. The Abundance Plus Network, which is similar to something like Disney Plus or Netflix. It's a group of people, like-minded people who are into homesteading and self-sustainability and all of those other very interesting topics. Got together under one group. I think the head of it is Justin Rhodes with the Justin Rhodes Show. Anyways, we are getting to team up with them as affiliates. And we got the offer to be an affiliate so that we can share not only Abundance Plus with other people, but it would give other people an opportunity to provide or support us in a way. We would get a portion of your monthly subscription fee, which is the same price, so there's no, cost to you in doing it. But it would be something that would be able to help us out, and we are excited to keep talking about it. It's something that we enjoy watching. It's something that we can kind of watch as if we were watching just like a show, but we also know that we're going to be learning from it. We're going to be gaining something useful, and it's more interesting. So, thank you guys. There's a link in the description, and thank you for my wife telling me that. And this is all new. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this trip.
Down to the place to be, forget your cares.